It's time once again for Uncle Matt's bedtime story. Hello, everybody. It's Uncle Matt, and I'm here to read you another bedtime story. And tonight's bedtime story takes place on Tongue Twister Day. Tongue Twister Day is celebrated on the second Sunday in November. And I got a tongue twister story for you. It is a Dr. Seuss story. Oh, say can you say, by Dr. Seuss. This story was copyright in 1979. Oh, say can you say. Are you ready? Here we go. Take a deep breath. Okay. Said a book-reading parrot named Hooey. The words in this book are all phooey. When you say them, your lips will make slips and backflips, and your tongue may end up in St. Louis. This one's about fish. Fresh, fresher, freshest. Do you like fresh fish? It's just fine at Finey's Diner. Finey also has some fresher fish that's fresher and much finer. But his best fish is his freshest fish, said Finey. Says with pride, the finest fish at Finey's is my freshest fish, French fried. So, don't order the fresh or the fresher fish. At Finey's, if you're wise, you'll say, fetch me the finest French fried freshest fish that Finey fries. All right, now, there's a dinosaur tongue twister here. Din's shin. We have a dinosaur named Din. Din's thin. Din doesn't have much skin. On the bones fall out of his left front shin. Then we have to call it in Piner Blin, who comes with his handy shin pin bin, and with a thin Blin shin bin pin, Blin's pins Din's shin bones right back in. That was a little challenging, that one. This one's about bed spreaders and duvets and comforters and stuff. Bed spreaders spreads on beds, bed spreader spreads butters on breads, and that bed spreader better watch out how he's spreading, or that bread spreader's sure gonna butter his bedding. Ape cakes, grape cakes. As he gobbled the cakes on his plate, the greedy ape said as he ate, the greener green grapes are, the keener keen apes are, to gobble green grape cakes. They're great. Are you having trouble in saying this stuff? It's really quite easy for me. I just look in my mirror and see what I say, and then I just say what I see. Here's a money talk. Now let's talk about money. You should leave your grox home when you travel by air. If you take him along, they charge double the fare. And your grox must be packed and locked up in a grox box, which costs much, much more than a little old fox box. So it's heaps a lot cheaper to fly with your foxes than waste all that money on boxes for groxes. And what do you think costs more, a simple thimble or a single shingle? A simple thimble could cost less than a single shingle would, I guess. So I think that the single shingle should cost more than the simple thimble would. Oh, I've always wanted to go eat at Skipper Zip's. Nice scenery. If you like to eat potato chips and chew pork chops on clipper ships, I suggest you chew a few chips and a chop at Skipper Zip's Clipper Ship Chip Chop Shop. And if your tongue is getting queasy, don't give up. The next one's easy. Oh, this family, the Fudd Nuddlers. There are so many things that you really should know, and that's why I'm bothering telling you so. You should know the first names of the Fuddle Nutter brothers, who like to pile each on the heads of the others. If you start at the top, there's Bipper and Bud and Skipper and Jipper and Jeffrey and Judd, Horatio, Horace, and Hendrix and Hud, and then come Dinwoody and Dinty and Dud, also Fitzsimon and Frederick and Fudd and Slinky and Stinky and Stewart and Stud. And down at the bottom is poor little Lud. But if Lud ever sneezes, his name will be Mud. Achoo. This one's about quacks. Quack, quack. Okay. Quack, quack. We have 2 ducks, one blue, one black. And when our blue duck goes quack, quack, our black duck quickly quack, quack, back. Quickly quack, quacks back. The quack's blue quacks make her quite a quackier, but black is a quicker quacker backer. And speaking of quacks reminds me of cracks and stacks and shacks and sacks and schnacks. So, oh say, can you say, I have cracks in my shack, I have smoke in my stack, and I think there's a schmack in the sack on my back. Oh. West beast, east beast. Upon an island hard to reach, the east beast sits upon his beach. Upon the west beach sits the west beast. Each beach beast thinks he's the best beast. Which beast is best? Well, I thought at first that the east was best and the west was worst. Then I looked again from the west to the east, and I liked the beast on the east beach least. Here's a story about Pete patting pigs. Pete pat pigs. Pete Briggs pats pigs. Briggs pats pink pigs. Briggs pats big pigs. Don't ask me why, it doesn't matter. Pete Briggs is a pink pig. Big pig patter. Pete Briggs pats his big pink pigs all day. Don't ask me why, I cannot say. Then Pete puts his patted pigs away in his Pete Briggs pink pigs, big pigs pig pen. Okay, Fritz food. Fritz needs Fred and Fred needs Fritz. Fritz needs Fred and Fred feeds. Oh, I messed it up. Fritz food. Fritz needs Fred and Fred needs Fritz. Fritz feeds Fred and Fred feeds Fritz. Fred feeds Fritz with Ritzy Fred food. Fritz feeds Fred with Ritzy Fritz food. And Fritz, when fed, has often said, I'm a Fred fed Fritz. Fred's a Fritz fed Fred. Very important. How to tell a clocks from a glocks. While the glocks, you will notice, has lots of black spots, the clocks is quite different with lots of black dots. But the big problem is that the spots on the glocks are about the same size as the dots on the clocks. So first you have to spot who the one with the dots is. Then it's easy to tell who the clocks or the glocks is. Okay, what would you rather be when you grow up? A cop in a cop's cap, or a cupcake cook in a cupcake cook's cap, or a fat flapjack flapper in a flat flapped jack cap? Or if you think you don't like cops' caps, flapjack flappers, or cupcake cooks' caps, maybe you're one of those choosy chaps who likes kooky captain caps, perhaps. More about Blinn. Well, when Blinn comes home tired from his work pinning shins, the happiest hour of old Blinn's day begins. Mr. Blinn is the father of musical twins, who, tucking twin instruments under twin chins, lull their daddy to sleep with their 2 Blinn violins. And Oh, say, can you say? Far away in Berlin, a musical urchin named Gretchen von Schwinn has a blue-footed, true-footed, trick-fingered, slick-fingered, six-fingered, six-stringed, tin swing mandolin. Rope, soap, hoop, soap. If you hope to wash soap off a rope, simply scrub it with scrope. Scrope is so strong that no rope is too long. But if you should wish to wash soap off a hoop, I suggest that it's best to let your silly, souped up hoop soak in Soapy Cooper's Super Soup Off Hooks Soup Studs. Blah. Merry Christmas, Mush. Once a year we had a Christmas brunch with Merry Christmas mush to munch. But I don't think you'd care for such. We didn't like to munch mush much. And speaking of Christmas, here are some great gifts to give to your daddy. If your daddy's name is Jim, and if Jim swims, and if Jim's slim, the perfect Christmas gift for him is a set of Slim Jim Swims fins. But if your daddy's name is Dwight, and he likes to look at birds at night, the gift for Dwight that might be right is a bright Dwight bird flight night sight light. But never give your daddy a walrus. A walrus with whiskers is not a good pet, and a walrus which whispers is worse even yet. When a walrus lisps whispers through rough and tough wet whiskers, your poor daddy's ear will get blispers and bliskers. And that's almost enough of such stuff for one day. One more and you're finished. Oh, say, can you say? Are you ready for one more? The storm starts when the drops start dropping. When the drops stop dropping, then the storm starts stopping. Try again. The storm starts when the drops start dropping. When the drops stop dropping, then the storm starts stopping. That's it. The end. Some tongue twisters to celebrate on Tongue Twister Day. That's all the time we have for Uncle Matt's bedtime story. I hope you enjoyed that story, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.